The world is so crazy right now. There has been a lot going on for the last couple of years or so, and it can seem like, the world's quite scary and chaotic. So I wanted to make a video with the intention to put some people at ease, because you need to understand the truth. And the truth is yes, it may seem crazy and scary, but there's another big event that's actually happening, and this is sort of a bit more behind the scenes, so a lot of people don't actually know, they're not actually aware. So what is happening on the planet right now is humanity is going through a shift in consciousness. We are evolving. Now, this was discovered through Dolores Cannon's hypnotherapy work. She traveled all over the world. She hypnotized thousands of people. And when people were put under hypnosis, the interesting thing was they're all talking about the same stuff. They're all saying the same things. And that's when she realized, like, there's something here. So she put out about 20 books with all the hypnotherapy transcripts. And she's not the only hypnotherapist either. Like, there are other people who do this work. And there's about 50 years of hypnotherapy research where people are all talking about the same things when we're put under. And this is because our subconscious minds are all connected as one. Now, one of the things that people kept talking about was they heard a call for volunteers to go to Earth to assist humanity with a shift in consciousness. So this is since World War II. Back in World War II, we had atomic bombs, and that was pretty serious. Like, we could have actually caused a lot of damage with those atomic bombs. We could have destroyed the planet, and destroying the planet could have had a ripple effect out into the universe where we could have even potentially destroyed the universe. It was quite a big, serious thing. Now, Dolores Cannon talks about how we have like a, what would you call it? It's sort of like a council in the universe or whatever. Like a, they call it the Galactic Federation, and they have these councils that overlook everything. Kind of like the governments here, except they're not corrupted like the governments here. And they realize, like, these little humans on this planet are actually, could actually potentially destroy everything. Like, we can't allow this to happen. But there is all these universal laws, and one of those laws is that they are not allowed to interfere from the outside. So they're like, oh God, what do we do? What do we do? So their idea was, okay, what if we send souls in and to interfere from the inside? So that's what happened. So Dolores Cannon's book is called The 3 Waves of Volunteers and the New Earth. So 3 waves of volunteers are like different age groups, different generations that have been sent here since World War II to assist humanity with a shift in consciousness. Now, what am I talking about, shift in consciousness? That's probably, to some people, you may not have ever heard that before. You might be like, what is she talking about? So consciousness, realize that there are different levels of consciousness. And humans have been operating from quite a low level, which is why we're so negative, why there's so much negativity in the world. So much crime, so much violence, so much hate, anger, and that's all because we are operating in a low level of consciousness, and we are going to evolve and shift from 3D, which is the negative level of consciousness. We're shifting to 5D, which is a higher level of consciousness, and 5D is a lot more positive and loving type, sort of level of consciousness. So they're like, right, humanity needs to evolve because we're going down this wrong path, basically. So the souls have been sent in to assist with this. So I'm going to post a wee picture here so you can get an idea of the difference between 3D and 5D consciousness. So let's take a look at 3D. So 3D, it says ego-based identity. So we're all operating from our ego. Separation consciousness. So we're a bit more like me. Conditional love. Man believes he is a victim. A lot of people have victim mindsets, and victim mindsets, like you won't ever succeed in life with a victim mindset. Like, they don't serve us. Seeing is believing. Logical thinking. Seeing duality, the two opposing forces like good and evil. Denser energy. Manifestations are slowed down. The mind rules. You know, man fears chaos, randomness, unfairness, scarcity mindset, right? So obviously that doesn't sound really that great, right? It's quite negative and low vibrational, and that's because it's a low level of consciousness. So we're going to evolve to 5D, and this is what 5D looks like. Soul-based identity. So we're going to be operating from our soul instead of the ego. Unity consciousness. Unconditional love. Man believes he co-creates his reality instead of believing he's a victim. You know, believing is seeing instead of seeing is believing. Intuitive thinking. Seeing only the one force, always acting towards our highest good. Higher energy, instant manifestations. The heart rules. Man believes in divine order. Everything happens for the highest good. Abundance mindset. So obviously that sounds a lot like, you know, a lot more positive. You know, imagine if we were living in a world like that, where everyone's operating from their soul and they're all about unity, like, you know, all about everyone else instead of being selfish and me, and, you know, poor me, I'm a victim. Like, that's the whole purpose of this shift, is because we need to evolve, we need to become more positive and loving, and so that's the idea. So realize that the craziness in the world right now, the chaos, is actually a part of this shift. The shift in consciousness, Dolores Cannon said, started in 2003. So we're almost 20 years in. Like, next year we will be 20 years into this. So realize that we're in the middle of it. That's why the world's chaotic. It's just a part of it. And so at the moment right now, we have a lot of this new high vibrational energy coming through onto the planet. Because, you know, this is just to do with the shift. We're going to be operating from like higher levels of consciousness. We're going to be raising our vibration to higher levels. So everything in our reality is energy, frequency, and vibration. Everything's made of energy. All energy vibrates on frequencies, including us. So we're going to be raising our vibration. So we're going to be vibrating from these higher levels, you know, of consciousness. And when we vibrate from higher levels of consciousness, this is when we're way better at manifesting and creating the realities that we want. So this is what the whole shift's about. Just humans becoming a better race, basically. Now, Dolores Cannon also talked about the earth itself, which is a living conscious being itself. The earth is going to shift dimensions. Now, she also talked about there being a timeline split. So we are on the 3D earth at the moment, like, well, we're in the middle of shifting, but we've been on the 3D earth, so that's, you know, the negative earth. She said it's going to split into two timelines. I'll show you a photo. So it splits into two timelines. There's still going to be one timeline with the 3D earth, and there's going to be a new timeline with the new earth, the new 5D earth. So that was the title of Dolores Cannon's book, The 3 Waves of Volunteers and the New Earth being the 5D earth. So as you can see, with the 3D earth, it's, you know, the matrix, ignorance, lack, suffering, war, which is where, you know, how we've been living all these years. And then with the new 5D earth, it's awakening. So people waking up to the truth about being an eternal spiritual being, having a human experience, creating our own realities, manifesting and all that. You know, we've got knowledge, abundance instead of being in lack, because we've all been programmed to be in scarcity and lack on purpose, because the truth is we're on a planet that's basically got this slave system. The global elites, the billionaire global elites, created this slave system and have programmed most of us to be in this lack, scarcity mindset. So we never have enough money. We're always chasing money. They want to keep us at the bottom like this, right? Going to the 5D earth means we're going to be more abundant. We're going to get out of that lack, scarcity, energy, and vibration. We're going to be an abundant energy vibration. When you tap into that abundant vibration, that is when money just starts flowing in, or opportunities start flowing in. Like, abundance isn't just money. It's like, you know, like friendship offers, relationship offers, like things just start flowing in because you're abundant. You're in that energy. And then the top part says love and peace, because we're obviously not living in a world where there is love and peace. So that's the idea. We're shifting consciousness. Earth's going to split into two different timelines, because not everyone is going to get to go to the new Earth. There are some people here who are very brainwashed, who buy into the fear, who, I think there's people that actually think it's a good idea for us to get chips put into our hands or chips put into our, like they're literally talking about putting chips in our brains. This was the guy that runs the World Economic Forum. There's a video of him talking about it. I can't pronounce his name properly, but it's like or something. And he talks about telling us that we're going to have a chip in our brain. And I'm like, no, you're not putting anything in me. Like, but some people I do believe actually think this is a good idea. And those sorts of people who are brainwashed and they think this is a good idea are most likely the ones that are going to stay with the 3D Earth. Now, the ones that go to 5D are the ones that want better in life. These are people that, you know, just are more loving, compassionate, high vibrational people that are working on themselves, like healing themselves. So healing and forgiveness is a huge part in this as well, because when you heal and you forgive people that have hurt you, your vibration starts raising back up. It naturally raises back up. And that is because your natural state of being is very high vibrational. When we're born, we come in at the love frequency, which is really high vibrational. I'll show you the scale of consciousness in a minute, so you can understand what I'm saying. But when you forgive and let go, your vibration naturally raises back up to being high vibrational. So that is one of the keys with like going to the new earth, is releasing and letting go of these things. Now, the problem we're having on the earth is like, yes, this shift in consciousness is happening. We've got new high vibrational energy coming through on the planet. It's an exciting time. We're being watched very closely by the aliens, apparently, because this is such a massive event to happen in the universe. It never happens. Like a whole planet shifting dimensions and like the whole race, like basically evolving consciously. This does not happen in the universe, but it needs to, because of how serious it was in World 2 with these atomic bombs. It was such a serious thing. So because this is like really a massive event happening in the universe, that a lot of alien beings and stuff are watching us. Kind of like, I guess, like a TV show in a way. They're watching us because it's just they're probably sitting in their spaceships with their popcorn sort of thing, you know what I mean? Such a big event, right? So it's an exciting time to be here, because realize your soul put its hand up to be here on the planet right now, to be a part of this shift in consciousness. There are souls that want to be here for it, that there's like a big waiting list to come in on Earth. There's so many souls that want to be here. So congratulations, your soul put its hand up to be here and you were able to come in. Now there are some souls that really, really want to be here just to say that they were part of the shift, and they've been told that, you know, you may come in and you may only live to about 5 years old and you may die as a 5-year-old child. And the soul's basically saying like, I don't care. I just want to be here, even if it's for a little bit, just so I can be a part of this shift, just so I can say I was here. So it's a huge event, right? So realize that's why the world's crazy. The chaos is a part of this shift, because the way we've been living in the slavery system doesn't work for us, and the system has to basically crumble for a new one to be built. Part of the chaos is that system crumbling. What's happening is a lot of the darkness that's been on this planet has been hidden away for a very long time from us, but because of the internet, the information is now spreading everywhere, all over the internet, and the darkness is now coming up to the surface for the light to be shined onto it, to expose it. That is why it seems really crazy right now. What's actually happening is a lot of things are coming up to the surface to be exposed. And the 2020 incident, I'm not going to say the words because I don't know if YouTube's going to like hide my video if I say certain keywords, but the incident of 2020 helped with this mass awakening that's happening. It triggered a lot of people to start waking up to this corruption. So that actually served us in a really good way, because it's helped trigger so many awakenings. We're having this mass awakening right now. So this shift in consciousness is known as the Great Awakening. That's what's happening. Now, the elites know this is happening, and they are scared. They're panicking because of it, because they know that once enough people wake up to the truth, it's going to be game over for them. They're going to lose control, and they don't want that. So I'm going to show you a photo of the scale of consciousness so you can get an idea of what I'm actually talking about. So here you can see, at the bottom, we've got like shame, which is a very low vibration, which vibrates at 20. If you go further up, you can see fear is at 100. Fear is quite a low vibration. Even though it's at 100, it's still quite low. Now, if you go right up and you see love at 500, love is your natural state of being. When you are born and you come in as a baby, that is your natural state, is love, which vibrates at 500. It's a very high vibrational frequency. What is happening is these elites, the billionaire globalists that are running the world, they basically think this planet is theirs, which, in my opinion, is not theirs. You do not own the planet, because the planet is its own living, conscious thing. It's not for any of us to own. But they seem to think it's their planet, and they want to control everything. They want to control the masses and society and what happens here. So, our natural state of being is love, vibrating at 500. You know, a lot of things happen, like we have traumas and stuff like that, which brings our vibration down. What the elites are doing, the global elites, they are manipulating us by using fear. Fear is their tool. They're trying to keep us in a low vibrational state so we don't shift consciousness. Because part of the shifting in consciousness is actually raising our vibrations. We have to raise our vibrations to be able to do this. They don't want that, so that's why they're ramming fear down our throat in this world. Be scared of this. Like the news is always telling you to be scared of this, be scared of that, be in fear, be in fear. It's their tool that they're using to try to keep humanity in 3D consciousness. So, my message to you is do not buy into the fear. You cannot be in love and fear at the same time. It's one or the other. They don't want us vibrating in love because it's high vibrational. They don't want us treating each other with love and compassion and unity, because they lose control and power. So yes, they're ramming fear down us, trying to keep us vibrating on a very, low frequency so they can keep their control. So my advice is stop watching the news, because that's one of their tools they're using to try to keep you in fear. Stop watching the news. You don't need to know what's going on. If it's important enough, you'll know about it anyways through social media. So don't watch the news. Don't buy into the fear. My advice is to work on yourself, work on your own vibration and raise it. And the way you do that is through healing. Work on yourself. Look at your own wounds. Look at who's hurt you in your life and start healing yourself from that. Heal your wounds, and forgive people. Go through the forgiveness process. So I've got videos on my channel about, how to forgive. There's a powerful technique that you can use to get to a place of forgiveness. So you can check that video out. Actually, I'll link it at the end of this video so you can learn how to get into that state of, or that place of forgiveness. So just realize, don't buy into the fear, and understand the crazy chaos in the world is just a part of this shift, and it's actually an exciting time to be here right now. We're going to be shifting to be more loving people, operating from our souls, being more about unity, more about having compassion for each other, and also having more self-awareness, because a lot of people don't actually have self-awareness. So what I mean, for example, is at the moment, everyone's operating from their ego, and we project our ego onto others, and we don't even have the self-awareness to know that's what we're actually doing. So shifting is also developing more self-awareness as well. So if you like this video, let me know by giving me a thumbs up, or even write a comment. And if you like this sort of content, or you just want to learn more about how you can raise your vibration, how you can heal yourself, how you can shift consciousness, then just subscribe to my channel, because that's what my content's about. That's what I teach you about. So I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope I see you on the next one. Have an awesome day. Peace.